So yeah, welcome to the booth here at Motorola Solutions booth here at CCW2016. I'm going to take you a quick tour of what's here, show you what we've got on, and hit some of the highlights for you. So if you'd like to follow me onto the grid, F1 style, we'll go and see what we've got. So the first thing we'll come here to look at is the SI series. So this is one of our latest products. What it is, it's a remote speaker microphone and body-worn camera. So it's really useful from that perspective. Both can capture video and it provides that remote speaker mic capability all in a single unit. In addition, it has a touchscreen. It's an Android-based solution. It has a touchscreen device that enables you to be able to interact with it and put applications on. I can give you a little close-up of one if you're interested in. Our police officer here would be wearing one. It would be worn on his shoulder like this, which would enable you to, as I said, use it as a speaker mic linked to your Tetra device. So that's the first thing we've got here on the stand. If we want to move around a little way this way, we come past some of the applications that we're showing and running. This is something called Pronto, which is a capability that is very popular in the UK with the UK public safety organisations. I'm going to move us on now over to the managed services area of our stand.
Stay here, then move.
One of the things we're finding more and more at the moment is that with the complexity of what public safety is trying to do, services is becoming a really important thing. People are wanting to buy things as a service. They need the ability not to have all of the knowledge inside their organizations, and this is one of the things we're talking to people here about. It follows on very much from things like the ESN network that we have that we're working on in the UK, where the government in the UK has selected a number of lot providers to be able to deliver various aspects of that delivery, and the Motorola's involvement is to do with the enablement, so ensuring that the applications and the devices are available and will be able to work on the network alongside the other lot providers who are providing some of the network capabilities and some of the implementation. But as I said, service is a very big area, increasingly interesting to our customers on the basis of the pace of technology change and needing that support. We'll carry on through the grid here and go over to one of the things we've had for the first time here, which is now we're going to be looking at, we've got DMR on the stand, and in our case it's called Capacity Max. It's our DMR Tier 3 solution. We've not done DMR here at the event before, but with the advent of DMR Tier 3, the Capacity Max capability, it makes sense as it is in use now and beginning to be increasingly used across a wide and broad range of users. Commercial and in some cases public safety are looking at it, but mostly in the commercial space, so manufacturing, airports, security, local security organizations, etc. And we've got that on display there. One of the very exciting things that we've got on board this year, though, is a launch of a new product, the ST7000, which is probably one of the smallest, I hesitate to say smallest, but one of the smallest Tetra radios that's out there today. There's a lot of people around the stand at the moment, but if we can sneak over there, we might be able to get a quick look in. It is going to be a bit difficult to get in there at the moment. We have it being on display and it's being shown. It's a Tetra radio, but it's about that big with a small antenna. We expect for it to be used mostly in the commercial environments. It was a joint development that we did with an airport in Japan. However, because of its size, there are covert opportunities as well for its use. It has a small non-traditional display where you touch the body of the device and it lights up, and you're able to adjust the volume, change torque groups, etc. So it's a really, really great product. It's a real shame that it's so busy here on the stand, but I'm not sure whether you can zoom into the...
So my understanding is that the design is comparable to the 3000 series Tetra radio. So although the antenna is smaller and the form factor...
So that was Ricardo, one of the guys from our team who's actually been involved in the launch of the product around our area. I'll take you down just one more on the pods here, which is our connected transportation. As I mentioned, one of the things we're doing in the commercial area is we're applying some of that mission critical knowledge and capabilities that we have, but into the more commercial environment, and in this case airports. And airports are a good example. It is an area where security is very important. So utilizing a SCADA solution that we have through our ACE1000 product, we're able to do monitoring of gates. We're able to do monitoring of activity in areas where people maybe aren't supposed to be, so that we can trigger alarms, so that we can alert the safety officials or the security people as to what's going on, and then be able to control some of the items on the in and around the airport, closed doors, shut gates, etc. I'm now going to take you over to a bit on the infrastructure side, where again we've got a very exciting new capability, which is really a LTE network in a single box. You could put it in a backpack and take it with you. I'll just take you over there. As I said, working our way through the grid. Here we go. So again, you can tell it's an interesting area by the number of people who are crowded around. On the stand over there, you can just see the crowd sort of operating from the desktop. What that is actually an LTE network in a single box. It's got the core and the radio and the capability to link into applications, all within a small single unit like that. So it's easily deployable in a location where, for instance, LTE may not have coverage. So it provides that ability to drop it in, enable it to work, and provide coverage for maybe up to 100 users in an area maybe 1 kilometer wide. So it's a great capability for supplying service in those areas where maybe there's an incident and there is no standard LTE coverage. And I'd like to finish off now with one last area we've got. All along the back wall we've got here, we've got our post-incident, our pre-incident, and our mid-incident, or our active incident support and capabilities. It's all based on something we have called Command Central. And what we have is the ability to help public safety organizations after an incident has occurred to understand maybe who was involved, information about the victim, and tying that information into who they may have been in touch with, who they may have been in contact with before the incident occurred, to get some leads on what happened and who may be responsible. Next to that, we then also have the pre-incident, and this is genuinely getting into the predictive area, being able to predict what might happen in a given area, given historic records, given other information, given live feeds from social media, etc., to try and put the officers on the ground where they're needed. And last but certainly not least, we have what we call the mid-incident. So this is when an incident is active. How do we help those officers on the ground be able to get up-to-the-date information? So it's real-time data both from the incident and then back to the officers to be able to tell them these roads are closed, look out for this vehicle or this suspect, or this is where we need to be putting officers because we're expecting a crowd of people to be assembling in that area. So it's using that mid-incident data to be able to actually help them make our world a safer place. So I think that's it here on the Motorola stand. Thank you very much for your time.